All right, Black Goose TV family. So y'all know what's been circulating as of late when it comes to Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather, Rolly Romero, TMT, PBC, all Heyman. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody. It's the biggest news when it comes to the boxing world. Y'all can see this particular video right here. Is number 39 on trending when it comes to YouTube. So everyone is trying to figure out what's going on. Is Gervonta Davis going to stay with Floyd after the Rolly fight? Is there beef there? Is he going to leave? How does Floyd feel? Does Floyd not like Gervonta anymore? Is Floyd setting up Gervonta to fight Rolly because he believes Rolly's going to be able to beat him on his last fight of the contract? Rolly Romero himself is saying Gervonta is looking for excuses to pull out of the fight. That's the reason why he's talking about the tickets coming on sale just a month before it's happening. You know, Gervonta alluding to Floyd Mayweather and his team sabotaging this particular fight when it comes to ticket sales, blah, blah, etc., drama, bullshit, whatever the case may be. We're over here as boxing fans trying to figure out, and we won't know until obviously after the Rolly Romero fight. Now, some people are speculating, hey, all this is going on just to further promote the Rolly fight. All this sounds good. All this sounds great. But let's be real. Is Gervonta really going to leave the guy in Floyd Mayweather that he said himself on an interview that Floyd, without him, he wouldn't be where he is? Floyd basically did things for him before he was even signed that basically allowed him to continue to train, box, and focus on that and be able to feed his family, feed himself, and continue to prosper. Do we really think Gervonta is going to leave someone like that? Someone he sees that basically was able to orchestrate his career to us now saying Gervonta might be the next big pay-per-view king, next big pay-per-view star in boxing? Don't you think this is all just something that we could just talk about Rolly versus Gervonta more, get more people want to watch the fight? It's business. It's marketing. They just want more people, more eyes on the fight so they can sell more. That's all this is. Strategic marketing and promotion. Or you got the other side of the game who's saying, hey, Gervonta Davis, if you watched closely to some of his interviews, if you watched his body language, if you watched what he says sometimes when he's by himself, he's always alluded to the fact that Floyd somewhat held him back. Floyd and TMT, I wanted to say Floyd, but they would never necessarily get him the fights that he wanted when he was ready to move on and do his thing and make the big fight. They would hold him back and say, no, we're going to fight this person, etc., etc. So that's the other side of the spectrum where people are saying, yeah, no, Gervonta's been, if you're a Gervonta Davis fan and not a Floyd fan, you know Gervonta has been wanting to leave TMT. He's been feeling like he's been held back. And then you have the people like me who's in the middle, where I'm just like, shit, let's let this ride go. And I'm going to sit back and I'm going to enjoy that thing. And I'm going to see whatever the fuck's going to happen is going to happen. And if I got an opinion on the situation, I'm going to put opinion out there on the situation. And I'm going to leave it at that. Well, Floyd Mayweather, he has responded to claims Gervonta Davis's contract is up. So I said, hey, man, let me go ahead and watch this with the Black Goose TV family. Y'all can see my reaction fresh to this joint because I said, hey, why not? Why should I watch this by myself? I should share this with the family. And then also see what you guys think about this particular video, obviously, because you can drop your thoughts in the comments. So let's go ahead and play this. Let's see what Floyd has to say on the fact that Gervonta put it out there in the atmosphere, into the boxing community, into the media, that this is his final fight with TMT and PBC. Let's check it out.
Ask you about Gervonta Davis and Rolly Romero. Talk to me about that.
Two heavy hitters. Mm-hmm. You know, two heavy hitters. Of course, Tank has more experience, you know, at this level, at this particular time. But Rolly, he talk a good game. He also fight a good game because he's undefeated. But you know, a very exciting matchup. Two heavy hitters. Everybody is anticipating this fight.
People are wondering. Gervonta made some comments about his contract being up on Twitter. Is there anything that
nothing lasts forever? I will always love Tank. I like him, love him, look at him like a son. He has to do what's best for him. I feel like I've done a great job thus far. I mean, just building him and putting him in good fights, great fights, and he's steady growing, he's steady learning, and I'm proud of him.
That's what's up. Well, obviously, like I said, you always put on great events. I'm expecting a great event when Gervonta and Rolly Romero steps in the ring. That's at the Barclays Center, right, in New York?
Yes, and I want people to go get tickets. Tickets are on sale right now. You know, I think we're 9 weeks away, so that's what 2 2 months in a week, right? If I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, of course, people got 2 months, over 2 months to go get the tickets. But I'm telling people, this is gonna be a blockbuster fight. Go get the tickets right now.
All right, so real quick, I wanted to say something about the end of that. Almost seemed like maybe that particular question was something given from Floyd's team to make sure he asked Floyd. Because if you guys remember, Gervonta said in his tweets, "Why are you just now putting out the tickets? It's only a month away." Right? You see Floyd in that question. He reiterated, "That's about 2 months away, right? 2 months in a week, right? Yeah. So yeah, we got the sales on. We got the tickets out 2 months away. So you guys go grab it." Like that was very strategic as a businessman because without directly addressing Gervonta's comment, he addressed it. So we can look at this one or two ways, right? We can say maybe Gervonta, he was dealing with something. He's cutting weight, he's training, whatever the case may be, or maybe he was feeling a certain way and he just put that out there in the atmosphere because Floyd, it just, to me, it spoke volumes for Floyd at the very end. The ticket question, which I think was his team told that guy, whoever the interviewer was, to ask him, and the way he responded by reiterating, "Yeah, we're about 2 months and a week away. We got 2 months to get the tickets." Yeah, so that was him directly addressing Gervonta, trying to make it seem like, oh, they're trying to play me, right, in his tweet. So I'm not sure what to make of that. You can tell, when Floyd said all good things come to an end, he also added, he's like, "I feel like I did a good job building him up. I feel like I did a good job getting him where he is." So that's basically him saying, like, whatever unhappiness, whatever Gervonta feels like we didn't do for him, I don't understand it because look where he is now. We're all talking about him in this type of language. We're saying he's this, we're saying he's that. And a lot of that had to do with, what I did for him business-wise, how I promoted him. So the way, if I were to do like a guess, an opinionated guess, opinionated speculation, I think Gervonta looks to move from Floyd because I think Gervonta probably feels like Floyd has a little bit too much control on his career. And what I mean by that is if you look at the aspect of today's fighters in the position of Gervonta Davis, it seems that they have a little bit more control on their career depending on what promoter they're with. You can even see it with Bob, however you want to say it. You know what I'm saying? If you come into the game, like Aloma with Bob, like it seems like Aloma has a little bit. Even Terrence with Bob seemed like he had, pretty good. Terrence kind of had a little bit more control over his career. Like when it comes to Gervonta and Floyd, it really looks like when Gervonta wants certain fights or takes chances, Floyd's like, "Nah, this is what we have laid out. You follow, my strategic plan, and ain't nothing ever going to change." Whereas when you see a guy like Devin Haney, younger than, Gervonta, go with Eddie, Eddie's like, "Hey, yo, the keys are in your hand, young gun." I just had a video, you guys check it out, that I dropped about it being a multi-fight deal with George Kambosos. And if you look at the deal, it's all in favor of George Kambosos. Like the money, the rematch clause, everything. And it's like, if that was Gervonta Davis and Floyd wouldn't have taken that fight because he would say, "Nah, you the superstar." But Eddie was like, Eddie even came out and said, "I would have taken that fight if he allowed me to have more say." But Devin was like, "I want this fight to happen for my legacy. I know that I can beat this guy twice. And after this, the investment I put in this fight, the money that's going to come after it is going to, triple, quadruple that." That's probably Devin Haney's mindset. But he has an option to do that. Gervonta would not have an option to do that with Floyd. Floyd would be like, "Nah, bro, we're doing it my way." So just from what Davis tweets, I don't see Davis and Floyd staying together after this. I don't. I think Gervonta is going to go somewhere where he feels like he has a little bit more freedom and he has more say in the fights that he wants to make. Because I don't think Gervonta wants to fight Rolly, period. I think it's a fight where he's like, "Why the fuck am I fighting this dude, man? You got to do like Devin Haney at 23. Remember, he said his response to the Devin Haney Kambosos fight was like, "I'm making more money than him." So, right? But I wanted to go ahead and watch that. You know what I'm saying? I want y'all to get my live reaction to it. I want to see how you guys feel. Anything I said, you guys agree with? Excuse me. Anything I said, you guys agree with? Disagree? All that good stuff, drop it below. You already know what it is, man. Hit the likes button, subscribe to the channel, nothing but love.